Hey guys, Welsknight here, bringing you another brand new episode from Stud Tech. And in this episode, we are going to be working on the Victorian House. During the live stream on Friday night, we finally managed to find some palm trees. It only took me about 6 total hours of searching to find these. Holy cow, took way longer than it should have. And we also found ourselves a new hammer as well. We've got ourselves an Ardite hammer. It's Ardite. It's a blue slime tool rod, silky jewel, and I believe both of the hammer plates or whatever are made of paper. But it works out pretty well. And then we put a flux capacitor on it, so that it uses RF power instead of durability. And it's got the stonebound enchantment, so it mines pretty quick, and it works pretty well. I like it a lot. But anyway, for this episode, we're going to be working on the Victorian House. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is get a bunch of this palm wood, which we're going to need, and we're going to convert that into palm wood planks. And the reason that I went with this is because I think it actually looks really good for a floor. So the first thing we're going to do is fill in basically this whole area with palm wood planks, just like this. And I think that this makes a really nice floor. It's it's basically like an oak floor, but it's just a little bit more yellow and bright. It's just a little bit better. You can see the color here. Compare that with the oak that you have for like the crafting table, and you can see it's just a little bit more vibrant, and I think it works out really, really well. So the first thing we'll do is fill this in, and this whole floor within the Victorian House is going to be made of these palm wood planks. So we laid out the Victorian House in a previous episode as far as the framework and the basic shape of it goes. But what we're going to do in this episode is actually start working on the floor itself. Now, I think I should probably grab my mattock, because if I misplace a block, I really don't want to tear up the entire floor. And let's get this all put in. We'll just do a few blocks at a time. Now, one thing that I do want to mention, I tweaked the dimensions of the Victorian House just a teeny bit. Basically what I did is I took this wall right here, and I brought the whole thing this way, just one block. So the dimensions are just a tiny bit different than the last time you saw it. That's for window placement, basically. That way the windows, as we put them on what will be the front porch, will match up the way that we want them to match up, and it will all look nice and fairly symmetrical and all that kind of good stuff. So I brought the dimensions of the house in just a tiny bit. But let's get the floor put in here. We should have enough palm wood for that. I don't think we'll have enough palm wood for the entire house, but we don't need that much right now. And I do have enough palm wood saplings and whatnot where I'll be able to get more palm wood as we go along here. I'm also considering making an automated tree farm using some of the Minefactory Reloaded machines. You guys know that technical machines and I don't really get along very well, but I think I can handle it. So that might be something we tackle here in a future episode. We'll have to find out. But for now, let's get this floor finished. We're almost done. We're getting there. We'll just get this all nice and put in, and then we can start working on the walls. Now, what I'm planning to do for the walls here is we're going to use a different material. I think we're going to use birch because it's a nice light-colored material, and I want the house to kind of have that light color tone. The color palette that I've kind of picked out is various shades of white and brown and things like that, and then we'll do some color highlights as well using micro blocks which is another one of the mods in this wonderful builder's mod pack. So, looks like we have just enough palm wood here. We've got that all nice and filled in, which is great. Now, let's come on over here. We'll go to our wood chest, and we're going to grab a bunch of this birch. I'm also going to need my chisel, so let's grab... Hey, drop in my backpack. I do that every time. I'll tell you. Why did I do that? That was... the struggle is real, guys. The struggle is real today, without a doubt. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take these long... what are they? Large, long birchwood planks. That's what we're going to take. I think that makes a nice siding type material, so that's what we're going to go with here. And we're going to take this wall, and we're going to actually build it up a total of 5 high for the first floor, maybe even 6 high. We'll have to take a look and see. But we'll just do it a couple blocks at a time. And it's going to go all around the perimeter of the house. Like this. So this is what the walls of the house will be made of. Gives us kind of a nice light color. Unlike the floors, I decided to go with palm wood floors because the palm, it almost looks like a stained oak wood, I guess. And I think it really fits well. I like it quite a lot. So that's what we're going with the floors. The birch, on the other hand, I think looks very good for a siding material because it's nice and light. It's almost a white color, but it's more of a beige. And it goes very well with a number of different other color choices and palettes and things like that. Now, I haven't really decided yet what I'm going to do for a roof color. I don't know if I'm going to use a wood like dark oak, or if I'm going to use a cobblestone or stone brick texture. That I haven't really decided on yet. But there you can see the start of the house. Let's go ahead and make a few more of these birch long planks, or whatever they're called. Oh, not the sticks. There we go. And we'll just build this up a little bit more. We're going to have to bring this up fairly high. I think it's actually a total of 6. Ultimately, honestly, we can actually go much higher than that, because there's going to be a total of 2 to 3 stories on this Victorian house. So we're going to have multiple floors and things like that. So if we go 6 high to start with, and we're only supposed to be at 5 for the first floor, it's really not that big of a deal, since the house is going to end up being considerably taller than that anyway. So let's go ahead and bring this up quite a ways. I think that this is probably the easiest way to do it. We'll just bring it around. Oh, there we go. Just like that. Now, I did talk with you guys in a couple previous videos. I think the one that I really talked about it was my Minecraft 1.8 single-player survival episode. The most recent one. I don't remember exactly which one it was. Episode 22, maybe? I don't know. The one where we put the gabled roof on our survival house there. But I talked with you guys about how I was feeling a little bit, I don't know, just not myself. I was kind of in a bit of a funk, kind of one of those moods. I don't know if you guys ever feel like that, where you just kind of get in a bad mood for a little while, and everything about life is kind of miserable. I wouldn't really call it depression per se, just feeling down a little bit. And I'm happy to say that I feel a bit over that right now. Life is good again. I'm back to being my normal, happy, cheerful self. So thank you guys some of you guys gave me some kind words in the comments on that video, and I really appreciate that. But I am happy to report that I am back to my normal, old, happy, chipper, wonderful self. So thank you for all of that. Let's go ahead and finish up this wall. I think we're just going to have to kind of keep going here. Let's go ahead and turn these into the long birch planks as well. There we go. Also, guys, for those of you who missed the live stream, because you weren't able to make it due to time zones or you didn't get the memo or whatever. I have started archiving all of my live streams on Twitch. So you can head over to my Twitch page, which is twitch.tv/Welsknight, and you can check them out there if you'd like. Watch the whole stream. It definitely does lose something in translation because you've got the whole aspect of it not being live. And they really are, I mean, it's a live stream, which means there's a certain amount of audience interaction that kind of gets lost when you watch an archive stream. But with that said, you know, there's still some good stuff there. And if you do want to check it out, you're more than welcome to. As I said, it's available on the Twitch homepage there. So let's go ahead and fill the deck in a little bit. We're just going to kind of bring this out. Now, if I was smart, I would be using I would be using palm wood slabs here, because then I wouldn't be using as much palm wood for this build. And this build is without a doubt going to require a pretty significant amount of palm wood, but I'm not smart. I'm being lazy instead, and we're just going to go ahead and make do with normal palm wood planks like you see here. Now, on this section right here, what we're going to do is we're going to lay down a little deck, and this will wrap around the whole outer kind of exterior portion of the house right here. We'll put upside down stairs here and normal palm wood stairs here, and then this will be a door. This right here is going to be a window, and our windows are going to be 3 high in this house, so they'll be pretty good sized, and we'll bring it up like that. We'll also do something kind of nifty with this little bit here, but that's going to be a little bit later on. We're not at that point yet. So let's see. Next up. It's actually starting to get a little bit dark. Why don't we go ahead and take ourselves a nap here pretty quick. Looks like we got a couple minutes before we can do that. So we'll just go ahead and kind of fill in these areas right here, because that's going to be birch. Now we should be able to take our nap. There we go. And let's torch up this area just to make sure that we don't have any creepers and nasty critters like that spawning inside of our build, because that's the last thing you want, is to come in here and have a creeper blow up and basically destroy everything that you've been working so hard on. So we'll just kind of light this up a little bit. Keep it all well lit. That'll do us. Maybe one right there. Okay, I think that's good. So you can kind of see the way that this is starting to take shape. We're going to have a wraparound deck here. We'll have a tower here that will go up, and this will be higher than the rest of the house. The second floor will be up here, and basically this whole house is going to go up to maybe about right here or so, because each floor will be 5 to 6 blocks tall. This will ultimately be the roof/ceiling. We don't really have enough palm wood to actually do that right now, but we've got more palm trees growing as we go along here. So you can kind of see how this house is starting to take shape. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more work right here. We're just going to knock out some windows. Get rid of that slime. Silly slime. Right here, I'm tempted to put a window, but I think I'm just going to pass. I changed the build up a little bit from the way that I designed it in my testing world, in my creative testing world. Changed it up a little bit. I did have a window here originally, but I decided to kind of bring the tower in just a little bit and bring the deck in just a tiny bit as well. So I think this will still work just fine. We'll have a window here and a window here. This is going to be a spiral staircase that goes up to the second floor. But all in all, I think this works out pretty well. Now, unfortunately, guys, we are out of time for this episode. So we're going to have to continue work on this in a later one. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I really do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time. What we're going to do here is we're going to lay down bricks. I also want to try a couple other materials for this if you'd like. Maybe like red sandstone or something like that might look nice. And we're just going to do 3 layers.